think we're back now. Yeah, I think we're back. Okay, I think that's better. Okay, we're good now. I gotta get better at that. That's all, I guess. I guess I gotta get better. I guess I gotta get better at that. Okay. Oh, let me share this up. What's happening? What's happening? Choosing me. Burped. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, yeah. Games don't come on till later on. I'm out of cherries. Just ate all my damn cherries. And it is what it is, right? Yesterday versus today. Not a lot of spots that I like. It is what it is, though. Um, Definitely about to go through the motions real quick. So let me tie this up. Yeah. Go through the motions real quick. I know it's well, it's all right, right? So, um, few bets got there yesterday. It is what it is. Today, different day. Only 8 games today. You know, we used to 15 games. Monday, travel days, Mondays should be they weird, right? So you know, it is what it is, okay? So mainly it's a few bats and it's a couple pitching spots that I do like, maybe on prize picks and stuff like that, but it is what it is. So I'll just get right into the thick of things, right? And just point out a few things that I like for today. Not much, so it is what it is. Right now, we don't have a pitcher schedule right here for the Milwaukee Brewers. I get a pitcher lean to Philadelphia, no matter who they throw out there. So that's one thing. Philadelphia at minus 200 favorites versus a team that does hit righties well, have been hitting righties well. So I'm kind of a little bit scared, skeptical, whatever the case may be. Now, so I couldn't talk you off anything from Zach Wheeler here, from K's to because this team has been striking out versus right hand pitching. If you want to go to an outs, that's probably going to be a straight play. Some of these teams have been working to count up on some of these pitchers at the end of the day, and then, like I said, the Milwaukee team have been striking out versus righties as of late, right? You can look at the last 30 days. Let's see, 23%. That's 23%. Mr. I have an idea for the next stream. Please let me know. Please let me know, bro. You can let me know right now if you want. Just put it in the comments because I'm all about whatever, man. I'm all about whatever. It ain't even. I'm all about whatever. Um, at the end of the day, though, like I said, yeah, this Milwaukee team do strike out. Um, um, Especially as of late. So last 2 weeks, 24%, but 118 WRC plus. Okay, so they've been striking out and they have been hitting righties. Right. Wheeler is just he's a really really good pitcher. If I had to take a bat from the Milwaukee side, it would be Yelich, but I'm not going there. Right. Yelich and probably only Yelich. Right. Who else? Hoskins, you can look at some revenge for Hoskins, you know what I'm saying? You can look at some revenge for Hoskins. At the end of the day, though, those are the things that I'm looking at. Not one of my favorite games. If I'm gonna take a side in this one, it's probably gonna be Philadelphia Phillies money line parlays, run line straights. I haven't locked anything yet from this game. I haven't locked in anything. Next game here, we're looking at the New York Mets at Washington Nationals. Here we got an over under 8 in this spot. Mr. 100% Bridge says play deads inside. I don't even know what that is, bro. I don't know what that is, bro. I don't know what that is. Yeah, so New York Mets at Washington Nationals here. We got McGill on the mound. We got Gore on the mound. These guys been looking okay. Before I go in a little bit further here, let me go look at the weather real quick. Milwaukee and Philly, we got a few slow moving downpours pop in the area. Most likely the outcome is that they never end up over the ballpark and we play without an issue. But if one happens to pop in the wrong spot, a lengthy delay is possible. Then yellow-green for New York Mets and Washington. Like Philly, there's a shower or two around. Also, like Philly, the likely outcome of is that none of them end up over the ballpark during the game. Cincinnati and Colorado, an important game for us. For me, that's it is what it is. Some light rain around. I think they may just need to play through some sprinkles here. Okay, so a couple sprinkles here. None to be super alarmed about, but it is what it is, right? So, but looking at these two pitchers here, Gore has been pretty good. McGill has been pretty good. I couldn't talk you off any numbers from these guys if you just really, really wanted to get to some. But, that's all I'll probably be looking at here. Will be pitching. Keep an eye out for the CJ Abrams. I think he did get hurt yesterday. So see if he's in the lineup, whatever the case may be. This is important to, check and see who's the lineup in your lineups. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really important for that. As far as K is concerned here, you get a 4.5 strikeout line for McGill, and he's hit this line this season here. He's hit this line 3 of his last 4 games here. 2 of his last 3 games. So the K stuff has been there. Versus right-hand pitching, as you can see, Washington hadn't been, they have been striking out this year, not opposed to like last year, like they were just, they wasn't striking out a ton, man, last year and the year before last. But as you can see right here, Washington, they striking out more than they were last year, right? 22.6 last 30 days, 86 WRC plus. Last 14 days, Washington, they are sitting in 21.9% K rate, but the WRC plus is around 85. So it doesn't pretty much scare me that much, especially if you get somebody like CJ Abrams out, that leadoff coming in that leadoff, which I would have liked CJ Abrams today. If he plays, I have some interest in CJ Abrams. All right. Now, if you get somebody like I usually target somebody like Lane Thomas versus lefties. But, coming out from past the injury, whatever the case may be, he's been looking okay, right? So he's been at least looking at okay versus righties, and then that could just be a matter of him being hot, right? But I probably don't want to go there. I didn't look at his numbers, so I just want to check his numbers real quick, okay? Let's see what he's looking like versus his pitch mix. I just wanted to see. Check Tyler McGill versus righties. I just wanted to check to see what he's throwing and things of that nature, right? So McGill, it's early sample size here, just a small sample size. So it's not too much to look at right now. But he has been pitching really good. What about Lane Thomas versus righties, right? So it's another small sample size for him because he's been hurt, but he has been hitting that fastball. He got a 300 batting average with a 414 expected against that fastball. So that's probably somebody that you could probably look at, but it is what it is, right? Gore. Couldn't talk you off the strikeouts for Gore either. Neither one of these teams have been, looking good versus these, versus prospectively handedness here. So looking at Gore, the case has been pretty good. We know he's got good case stuff here. He's went over 6.5 half of the time, and 4 of his last 5, 8, 9, and 10 strikeouts. 4 of his last 5, so he's been looking really good. Of course, versus Seattle, they strike out a ton, probably most strikeout team in the league. Atlanta, they can really strike out. Boston can strike out as well. So he went to Oakland. He went to those teams and did what he had to do. Now he'll be faced against this Milwaukee. He'll be faced versus this New York Mets, right? So at the end of the day, New York Mets versus lefties, not one of my favorite teams versus left-hand pitching. So I can see instances where both of these teams have a pretty decent day. You can look at no runs first inning, especially if you get somebody like I said, C.J. Abrams out, shit like that. But New York Mets rather, on the season, 104 WRC plus with a 20% K rate. That's on the season. Probably haven't seen that many lefties. We'll look at the last 30 days. New York Mets last 30 days, 316 plate appearances, 22.5% K rate with 103 WRC plus. The last 2 weeks, probably 100 some plate appearances. We'll see. New York Mets. 100 some plate appearances. Can't take too much into consideration with that. Look at Tiffany popping in the building. I was just talking about your New York Mets. If that's your people, Tiffany. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? I can see instances where New York's first inning pops off right here. Not going to go into any bats here. Both of the, I don't want to. I'm not too much recommending any one of these pitchers right now, but they had some good spots for what they've been doing lately. Okay, both of these pitchers have been pitching good lately, right? You say, "Nah, that's my cousin's team, the Mets and the Yankees." Okay, what's your team? You probably don't got a team. I know you roll with the Knicks for sure, girl. I know you roll with the Knicks for sure. So maybe an underfield. It's only an 8. It's at a solid 8. Like I said, weekends going into Mondays can be weird. Travel days on Mondays, so I'm kind of like taking it easy, right? Okay, Tiffany says she don't got a team. I feel you. I got a Cubs team. My team is the Cubs, but I just don't know. I don't know how to attack them most times, man. So it'd be weird for me. Interesting game here. Baltimore Orioles at Toronto Blue Jays over under 7.5. This is the game right here where I was kind of, I'm undecided for a few reasons and things of that nature, and we'll talk about it, right? So looking at this Baltimore Orioles Blue Jays game, right? It's going to be crazy, right? Because Gosman, I just don't know when, how, and whatever to attack him, right? Or to back him. He's just so up and down. This year here was weird for him. It's definitely weird for Gosman, right? So let's take a look at it. Baltimore, Toronto, and I'll filter this one to Baltimore, Toronto as well. Right off the back, though, I'm all over. Win, lose, or draw, or whatever the case may be, all over Gunnar Henderson, letting you know this shit right now. But let's just talk about it. All right. So first of all, I'm gonna be looking at bats and stuff right here, and then what's up, Frenchie? Yo, what up, Frenchie? He's trash. Mad. Made me lose in DFS. And Gosman never again. I know, right? Everybody mad at Gosman, man. But we gonna see. We gonna look at, because everybody want to see what's gonna happen with this game. So how I'm looking at this game for a few bats, right? So since everybody don't like Gosman right now, let's take a look at Gosman. 39, about 40% hard rate. Expected batting average 277 K percentage at 24%. So here we go. Right. So let's look at Gosman. Then we're gonna look at some bats. We're gonna look at some splits, and then we're gonna try to make our decisions right here. Right. So look, first and foremost, we're gonna take a look at Gosman. Right now his ERA is expected, and his ERA sitting around the same. Game logs for him been pretty much up and down. He had 10 Ks versus Detroit. Wow, like how the fuck did he end up doing that? But at the end of the day, we know he has that K stuff, right? 6 Ks are better in 4 straight games. 6 innings are better in 3 straight games. So it looks like he could be. What's up, Frenchie? What's happening? It looks like he could be turning shit around, right? Sometimes, but when you think he's turning around, when I think he's turning shit around, then he shits on me, right? So, I love bats. That's what I was looking at. I was looking at earlier. I'll show you guys what I seen. First and foremost, we know we got a few lefties over here. Let's take a look at the lefties, right? First lefty I'll be looking at would definitely be, y'all know, it would be Gunnar Henderson. So right now, first is four-seamer here. Gosman, he's getting hit versus lefties. 215 pitches, I guess I want to say, to left-hand batters. He's got a 2 home runs, a triple, 7 doubles, eight singles, 439 batting average, 800 slugging, 750 expected slugging to that fastball towards lefties, right? We're gonna pull up Gunnar Henderson, right? If I'm mistaken, versus righties, his numbers don't really look that good versus the fastball, but I think he's got 500 home runs versus that motherfucker, right? So at the end of the day, he's really, he is who he is, right? So, there you go. So versus right-hand pitching, 5 home runs, 14 strikeouts, so he will strike out. 186 batting average with 281 expected. Batting average, 535 slugging, 666 expected. Right? So, he's got 5 home runs versus that pitch. Boom. And then that's his worst pitch to lefties. And he's still throwing it. He's throwing it at 56% to lefties. So good chance he might take that motherfucker deep. Split finger. Let's take a look and see what Gunnar Henderson does versus split finger. Probably not much. He's not that many plate appearances, but 9. He's seen it 9 times. He's hit it 4 times. He's got a home run and 3 singles. I think they shouldn't throw that. I don't think they should throw that. I don't think they should throw that at him at all. Right? So that's 2 pitches. I give him up on 2 pitches. That slider right now. This is the 3rd pitch. He doesn't even throw that. So you could probably primarily look at the 4-seamer and the slider, right? And the split finger, because this slider, he's not really throwing that. He's got 667 batting average on that. I guess he feels like every time he throws that motherfucker gets hit. He's only thrown it a few times and he's getting hit, right? So he better not even think about throwing that. That slider, and Gunnar Henderson with that slider, 308 batting average with 2 home runs. So I like Gunnar Henderson there, right? So if you want to take a look at, we dig a little deeper. So we get a sample size. Hold on, let me see. Now I will say I hit on Soto 2 dingers yesterday. There were so many players smack dingers yesterday. Gunnar might get a dinger off him and had one yesterday. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Right? When they get them home runs early, just go ahead and you probably want to go ahead and take another stab at them. All right. We get enough sample size as to where we can start looking at splits, right? So we can start looking at splits, and this is important, man. As we get enough sample size, when you're looking at your bats, you want to cross reference them. You know what I'm saying? You want to cross reference it. So Fangraphs got a new interface too. I'm a paid subscriber, so definitely I get a chance to check it out, whatever the case may be. I can change to the other spot. I can change to the other if you guys want me to, but a lot of people probably don't use this, so it is what it is. Home and the road splits, right? So on the road, as of right now, small sample size, but Fangraphs is, it's something that it's a great site. You can use it for free. I just support them. You know what I'm saying? I pay them. I support them because this helps me get to the bag, right? This helps me get to the bag. My top 2 sites are Fangraphs and Baseball Savant. My top 2 for right now, and free shit. I just try to help people. I'm trying to help people. I don't try to come here. I just show people what I see, and then it is what it is, right? Yeah, so I know, right, Tiff? I know. Straights. That's it, man. Straights, man. Straights is how you get to the bag, parlays too, but you want to put a few dollars on parlays, not too much, man. Straights is what it is, and live betting and just going with your shit, man. Outlier too, for sure. I got outlier right here in the cut. Right? Outlier right here in the cut, So at the end of the day, let's rewind it back here. Where were we? Some splits, right? Now, we're getting a sample size where we can start looking at home and road splits. You know what I'm saying? Gunnar Henderson is not a guy that I really have to look at splits for, so I'm gonna disregard that. You do, but I don't want to have to look at splits because he's good at baseball, bro. He is, right? So right now, I'm gonna just go to the next bat that I was looking at, which would be let me see. The next bat, and I'm gonna go in order too, right? I'm gonna go in order. So the next bat, I believe it or not, the next one that kind of popped for me was Westberg, right? Westberg. Okay, so he's a righty, going up against Kevin Gausman. Westberg, it's a few bats here. Looked all good. I'm gonna get to Mountcastle too, bro. I'm gonna get to Mountcastle. This game is an interesting game, but that's why I want to just, I probably ain't gonna keep doing this because it makes the video long. But I just want to compare pitch mixes to help people see what I see. You know what I'm saying? Compare pitch mixes, right? So, that four seam versus righties, that was versus lefties we just looked, but versus righties, Gausman is throwing that four seamer and that split finger. Let me see something. So to everyone, he's throwing that. And so it don't matter if you righties or lefties. He's throwing that four seamer and that split finger to righties. To righties, 41% of the time the four seamer and 32% of the time for the split finger. To lefties, he's throwing that four seamer 56% of the time and 40% of the time with that split finger. You might as well say them the only two pitches he's throwing, right? So I'll filter this back to the righties, and then we're gonna go back here, right? So that four seamer, Westberg, he's got a 364 batting average, expected batting average at 309, 727 slugging, 647 expected, right? He will strike out, though. That's one thing. He will strike out. What's the next pitch? What was it? What was the split finger? Jordan, what's that split finger? He hasn't seen it that much. Only 7 times. He's got 2 hits. He's got 2 hits off of it. 286 batting average. What about last year? What was it? Split finger. He didn't see it that much last year either. He still was hitting it, but so we'll just say, 50-50 right there. He can get him. You know what I'm saying? He can get him. With Gausman throwing that motherfucker to righties at 40% of the time, he could get him. But, you know what I'm saying? They are on the road. And like I say, they are on the road. So sometimes we can see, let's see how he fares versus righties on the road, right? Taking a look at some of these splits here. Okay. In general, right here, standard in general versus righties, he's batting 333. Okay, that's cool. Home versus lefties, he's batting 333. Home versus righties, he's batting 352. On the road versus lefties, 167. On the road versus righties, 254. Right. So that's when a lot of splits and things like that come into play. Advanced numbers, just look on the road. 25% on the road versus lefties. K rate, 16.4 on the road versus righties. Batting average on the road versus lefties, 164 versus 254. Now you can look at home versus lefties and righties. He's batting 300, but versus lefties and righties at home versus at home, right? So his WRC plus is still at a decent 144 versus righties versus lefties. So you really want to target him versus righties, right? And it preferably at home. His WRC plus versus righties on the road is 144 versus righties at home. Versus righties at home is 170. At home versus lefties, his WRC plus is a whopping 210, right? All his numbers, isolated power. He got a little bit more power on the road versus righties. At home versus lefties, he got power there. OPS 1100 at home versus lefties. On the road versus righties, OPS 852. You know, so it's a lot to dig in. You know what I'm saying? But when you get a decent enough sample size, you have to, and you getting ready to lay some lumber down on, lay a bag down on some of these motherfuckers when it comes to home runs and total bases and shit like that. You got to go ahead and get on down to the teeth and nails, right? So, there was actually, I want to say, all the guys, not all of them, but the ones that I liked here was Blue Jays. Let's see, Blue Jays in Baltimore, right? And I know we got Grayson Rodriguez on the mound. I know this, right? I know this. I know people are probably saying like, "Hey, we got Grayson Rodriguez on the mound. What's up?" But I mean, you know, so Westberg was actually number 4 for me, right? The next bat, the bats for me in this order: Gunnar Henderson, Ryan Mountcastle, Ryan O'Hearn, then Westberg, right? So I had Ryan O'Hearn and I had Ryan Mountcastle and Ryan O'Hearn ahead of Westberg. Westberg is 0 of 3 versus him. Gunnar Henderson is 3 of 12, no home runs. Ryan Mountcastle is 6 of 14, 5 singles and a double. Ryan O'Hearn is 3 singles, 3 of 9 versus him, right? I could go into the pitch mix versus those guys. I can go into the pitch mix and stuff like that, but it'll take some time, right? But believe me, well, Santander is another guy. Here's a guy. Santander is a guy that he's a switch number 1. So he can go lefty and righty all game long. So that puts him definitely into play. I think I'm gonna try Santander. He heating up. He only 2 for 12 versus Gosman, but those 2 hits are homers. And last 10, he's 10 for 37 with 3 bombs. Yeah. And like I said, if they get to Gosman early, Santander still be valuable. He's a switch. It's probably not going to be too much drop off for him. I don't really point out Santander that much because of those reasons. He's a switch, so he's like a Swiss Army knife. But at the end of the day, like I said, I just gave you the bats in order, right? Now, I didn't look at all the bats on the Toronto side, but I'm going to tell you, it's 2 bats that I really, really like. I mean, that I wouldn't mind getting to, right? And that's going to be Vladdy, and that's going to be, I think that was Jansen, right? I think it was Vladdy, and I think it was Jansen, right? Yeah, it was Vladdy and Jansen. And if you guys want me to go now, pitching right now, it is what it is. I rarely like to target this fucking team here for strikeouts. This Toronto team here. But the kid is good, man. Grayson Rodriguez is good. Okay, he is good. But on the season, Toronto, 20% K rate, 101 WRC plus. Last 30 days, what have they been doing versus righties? Probably not striking out much, but let's see. Toronto, they are 17.7% K rate, 112 WRC plus. Last 30 days, last 14 days. Take this information for what you want. You know what I'm saying? But Toronto, 17% K rate, 126 WRC plus. Ooh, right. It's a team. That's kind of scary, right? It's kind of scary, right? Hunter Shaw said, "I'm with you with Vlad." Yeah, because Vlad looks good. Vlad looks good. I can take a look at some numbers right here. I don't even have to compare any pitch mixes to tell you what Vlad. He's going up against a righty. And I could look at that. I don't care what he's throwing. I don't care what the other pitcher is throwing. It's when you got good players, it could be a it could be a what's up, Dollar? It could be a cat and mouse game, right? So right now, Vladdy versus righties, and there's times, yeah, he is kind of annoying. He is kind of annoying, but he's doing a little something right now, right? Four seamer, 315 batting average, sinker, 375 batting average, a slider, 321 batting average. All expected numbers for those three pitches are 300s and still in the 300s. 282, you might as well say just still 300s, right? If you're just looking for a hit or something like that, throw me your hit parlays, maybe hit runs and RBIs or something like that. I mean, okay, I guess he looks okay, right? Who is that? Vladdy. Let's see what he's been doing lately, right? Vladdy. Okay, so filter this is this season. Not gonna look at the home runs. I'll say last 10 games, right? Hit, at least a hit, and 8 of his last 10 games. That's for hit parlays, stuff like that. Hits, runs, and RBIs. He's been looking good 5 of his last 10 games since they hit righties, right? Since they hit righties at a decent clip. So, I mean, hits, runs, and RBIs been looking okay. What about his just RBIs? Has he been getting those? Meh. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. His fantasy score on Prize Picks looks like 6.5. He's 50% to that number in his last 10. So it is what it is, right? Head to head versus this guy. Let me see. This must be head to head versus this team. That was the playoffs and all that shit too, probably. 2, 3, 23, 23, 24. I don't know. Either way it go though, he's been looking good. So I couldn't talk you off of Vladdy, right? It's doubles. It's doubles. Let's see. Last 10 games, he got three doubles. Last 10 games, right? Last 10 games, he's got 3 doubles. Head to head versus this team, 1 double. None in his last 5. Right? So he was one of the best that stood out to me. You know, he was one of the best that stood out to me. And who was it? Jansen. Jansen stood out to me as well. As we can look at Jansen here. You can look at Snyder. That's one of the guys. You can look at Snyder as well, right? But we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see. I know I like Vladdy with the rest of those bats that I had showed you guys. Top 2 bats would be Vladdy and Gunner, and then the rest of those other bats there, right? Vladdy, then Gunner, right? And then the rest of those bats there. Now, as far as the strikeouts and things of that nature, I'm scared. I'm scared to trust Gosman. I'm scared to trust Gosman for sure. There's nowhere in the world I think I want to trust Gosman. I'm so scared of him. And Grayson Rodriguez, you know, he can do it. He can get his number. He can hit his number, but he can hit his number, Tipsy. I like Snyder too. He can hit his number, but you know, they have a low ass K rate, man, as of late, man. That 17.6 K rate and a 126 WRC plus kind of scares me, right? Kind of scares me, kind of. Let's take a look real quick. Grayson Rodriguez. So let's look at this season. So he's had 7 Ks in every game except for 2. Hasn't faced this team yet, right? His pitches not in the 90, 94, 101. 3 of his last 4 games. I like that. I like that. It is what it is. Earned runs. Now, I was looking at the earned runs earlier, and it's set at 2.5. That let me know right there that the books, because he's only went over this number twice, right? So the books know that, Toronto been hitting righties. They know this. Otherwise, this shit would have been at a 1.5, probably. I don't know. But 2.5, I guess. So it is what it is. His outs. This number 5 of his last 9. So, if you just want to get to his strikeouts, you want to get to his outs, I couldn't talk you off of it. It's just not a play that I'm giving out right now. It's just not a play that I'm giving out right now. All right. I like bats. I give you guys the bats. I ranked the bats that I liked, and that's all I could do right now. I see a clear vision on those bats. Don't mean they're gonna hit nothing. We still got a 7.5 over under here. It don't mean they're gonna hit nothing now. Don't mean they're gonna run up the score. Baltimore Orioles is on the road. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to keep that, be mindful of that. Some of these numbers, like, let's look at some of their numbers. Baltimore Orioles on the road, right? On the road versus right-hand pitching. Let's go specifically into this. Let's look at Baltimore. Just in general. Strikeouts on the season versus righties. 20%, 106 WRC plus. 30 days versus righties. Baltimore, last 30 days versus righties. Strikeout percentage for them, they down at 19%. Still 106 WRC plus. Last 2 weeks, righties versus righties here. Strikeouts for Baltimore. Still 100. Still under 20%. 120 WRC plus. Okay, that's in general. How about on the road, right? On the road versus righties. Okay, let's do this. Last 2 weeks on the road versus righties. Baltimore, 198 plate appearances, 22% K rate, 94 WRC plus. Back it up a little bit. Let's go last 30 days on the road versus righties. Baltimore Orioles, 11th in strikeout percentage, 25% K rate, 265 plate appearances with an 84 WRC plus. So, on the season versus righties, on the road, strikeout percentage, Baltimore bounces. They all over the place, right? But on the season versus righties, 21.7% K rate, 101 WRC plus. It is what it is. What's happening, Corey Lewis? What's going on? What's going on? So, putting a read on these bats right now and seeing what's good, right? Yesterday, man, I was all over them motherfucking Boston boys, them lefties. They came through, took an L on the team total. They only got 4, needed that half. And the over, I thought that game would go over. That Tampa Bay game, they did not go over. And but the bats were popping, right? Freeman, the bats were popping, bro. The bats were popping. Some of them didn't get there though. Like one who really disappointed me was and hurt me in parlays was Harper, right? So either way it go, that's what we looking like. Bats right there. How we looking at them? What we looking like? How we look at them? Whatever the case may be. Detroit Tigers, Texas Rangers, over under 7.5 in this spot. Eovaldi probably going to be on a pitch count, so don't know how long he's going to go. Texas Rangers haven't been looking good versus lefties. Skubal looks great, especially on the rear. Yeah, Bryce killed me, Tiff. Skubal looks great, especially on the road, right? So let's take a look at Skubal right now. Give you guys some of his splits. I'll show you how because it's getting to be that time, right? It's getting to be that time where you're going to look at splits. So first and foremost, and look at the ERAs, man. 2.13 at home and even better on the road at -1.86. That's fucking crazy, right? That's good. That's real good. That's good, man. He's good. I don't even have to look into a lot. How about let's look a little deeper, right? Into his K rates and stuff on the road, right? Man, does he look good? K percentage on the road versus lefties, 30%. On the road versus righties, 38%. Oh my God. Wow. I didn't even know that. The FIP 2.8. Man, he's really good on the road, ain't he? Versus at home versus lefties, K rate 31 and 26 to lefties and righties. How many games has he played? Let me see, man. How many games has he had on the fucking road? Because that's phenomenal. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games on the road. 6 Ks versus Kansas City. 4 earned runs. No earned runs versus Arizona, 6 Ks. The Yankees, 2 earned runs, 12 Ks. The Rays, no earned runs, 9 Ks. The White Sox, whatever. Fuck the Red Sox, whatever. Verlander or Verling? Veerling? Is that Veerling? What's his name? Is that Matt Veerling? Matt Veerling. Yeah. She likes Matt Veerling. He gonna be my top bat today at DFS? Let's take a look at him real quick. Because I missed it. I missed it, right? I'm gonna set Matt Veerling right there. So at the end of the day, before I go to Matt Veerling, we was already talking about what's the name, right? So versus left-hand pitching, Texas. 22.7% K rate. I think he did just face them. I don't know. Don't give me the line. 85 WRC plus. I'm not a big fan of that. You know what I'm saying? Scooble's outs is set at 18.5. I wouldn't parlay that up. It would be a straight bet if I decide to go there. Last 30 days versus lefties. Texas, 20% K rate, 79 WRC plus. That's down. The WRC plus was 85 on the season, now 78. Texas, last 14 days, 135 plate appearances, 25% K rate, 82 WRC plus. So, hey, WRC plus ain't been looking that good. You got somebody good like Scooble. I like Scooble, right? Outs. If it was at 17.5, I would take it at a parlay piece. 18.5, I guess. Corey Seager is just really good at baseball, so I couldn't talk about anything for Corey Seager. I don't care who he's going against. He's good at baseball, but at the end of the day, I can see instances where Scooble gets to his outs or his strikeouts. I do see it because he's just that good, you know. And as long as you know you're making the right play, and if you take an L on it, you take an L on it, bro. It's a loss. Just make sure you putting all your ducks in a row, man. You line up right, the research line up right, and you take an L. You take an L. And if you're on the books, you can alter shit. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, right? Strikeouts. So he faced these guys. It was 5-4. This was in April. He only had 6 strikeouts. How many earned runs did he give up? 2. How many pitching outs did he pitch? 19. So he hit his outs. And then how many pitches did he throw? 86. He hit his pitching out. This was the beginning of the season. He hit his pitching outs and 86 pitches. He went into the 7th inning, got us out, and got us 6 Ks. That was the 3rd game of the season for him. No, that was more than no. That was probably like the 4th game for the season. Yeah, the 4th game for him, right? All right, now he's pitching. Now he's thrown 90-something pitches in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in his last 6 games. So I like it. I like it. Right. I'll be looking at this. I'll be looking at these guys for pitching. I'll be looking at him for pitching. Either I might sprinkle on his pitching outs, and I couldn't talk you off his K's, bro. Couldn't talk you off his K's, right? So even if you're teasing it down, I think that's cool, right? So I think that's cool. Fantasy score, it's at 35 and a half. You have to count that shit up, right? Count it up. Say he goes 6 innings. That's 18. 6 Ks. That's 36. A quality start put you at 40. Two earned runs. He give up 2 runs. Bring it back to 30, 40. Bring it back to 34. He'd be sitting at 35 and a half. He'd probably need 7 Ks. He'll probably need more than. It's doable. It's doable. It's doable. It's doable. I don't know if I'll get there. It's doable. All the everything lined up for him to hit it. I'll tell you that. The WRC plus, all that shit lined up for him to hit it, right? So it is what it is. She said Verling. I didn't look at any bats here. So perfect time to look at. Let's see what Tiffany sees, right? Let's see. Verling, right? I didn't want to target any bats here. I'll take a look at them though. I don't know how long Vivaldi gonna be out there, man. Straight up, that's the thing. I don't know how long he's gonna be out there. He's throwing that 4-seamer and that split finger, a little bit of curveball. 4-seamer. Hasn't seen that split finger much. He hit it though. I wasn't planning on taking any bats here, but I do want to take a look at Verling though. He's got a hit in 8 of 10 and 15 of 20. So he's definitely somebody that you can put in your hit parlays. And you can't deny the fact that so he's hit his hits, runs, and RBIs in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight games. God damn. I didn't know that shit, Tiff. Tiff put me ass up on game with that one right there. So it is what it is, right? Yeah, he's been on fire in Fuego. What about his last 20 games? Definitely somebody you can look at for hits or hits, runs, and RBIs. Look at Tiff. Say, see, Tiff knows. He's definitely somebody that you can probably look at for hits and runs and RBIs, especially for the simple fact that they have been hitting right as well. We can look at the last 30 days and see what they've been doing versus right-hand pitching. Detroit, a 24% K rate with a 112 WRC plus. Last 2 weeks versus right-hand pitching, but 112 WRC plus is pretty good, right? Detroit, 102 WRC plus. They over 100, so it is what it is, right? I can get down with that. So it is what it is, right? Couldn't talk off going to him for at least a hit, right? Next game here, that St. Louis Cardinals game and Houston Astros. My thing is this here, right? Man, I mean, Gibson one of my top, probably my top bet is going to be Cal Tucker. Okay, and I can give you guys whatever you want to, I can give you guys a visual, whatever case may be. First of all, it's the lefties for me. Let me put it like that. But Cal Tucker happens to grade out a little bit better than Alvarez for me. But I'll give you my bats in order, right? And I'll give you reasoning. Cal Tucker is going to be self-explanatory. For the simple fact, I can match him. I can put the pitch mix and shit up, and he's been on fire. Definitely an MVP candidate. So you already know what the deal is with Tucker. And Gibson, on base, 272 expected batting average. 19% K rate, 42 hard hit. I get it, right? Whatever. He's shown flashes to be good at sometimes, but versus lefties, and you got a guy like this, I had to really dig in there to see what the deal is, right? So, sinker 258, batting average on that, 259 on that four-seamer with a 327 expected, 300 on that cutter, 345 expected batting average. Tucker versus righties there, he's been killing it. Versus righties, he's got mega lefty splits. Then versus righties, he's been doing good. He's got 6 home runs versus that four-seamer, batting 300 with an 800 slugging, damn near 800 expected slugging. So he's got 6 home runs versus that. What's the next pitch? The sinker, where he's given up. He hasn't given up. So Cal Gibson gave up 3 home runs off that four-seamer with a 700 slugging. And like I said, Cal Tucker, 6 home runs on that four-seamer with an 800 slugging. Bam. Now the sinker, which he's throwing most of the time, he's throwing these pitches, the sinker 22%, four-seamer 20%, and the cutter. Those are 3 primary, but he does mix it up with a changeup, a sweeper, and everything, right? So the sinker, no home runs, 258 batting average, expected 265. Sinker for Kyle, batting 292 with a 352 expecting, 4 home runs versus that sinker. 700 slugging, 492. Next would be that cutter. He's got a 300 batting average on that cutter as the pitcher, giving up a home run versus it, and as a pitcher, he's giving it up. The cutter, Cal, he hasn't seen it a whole ton, but it's one of his least favorite pitches, maybe. Then the changeup and all that shit, he's smoking that, right? Kyle's smoking that shit. The changeup, he's smoking that. So I like Kyle. I like Kyle a lot. Now I ranked the bats here. I ranked them, right? So, and I like them. So here's the deal. Number 1, Cal Tucker. Number 2, what's the boy name? I'll rank him right here. Number 1, Cal Tucker. Number 2, Yordan Alvarez. On the flip side, Yordan Alvarez has been hot. He's hot. So he probably take his ass deep. He might be the one to take him deep, but you never know. Next would be, I'm torn. Altuve, he hits his pitch mitch, all that shit. I like Altuve. He's just good at baseball. Bregman has been hot. His average ain't all the way up, but he's been hot, and he's got good righty splits. Then that's it. 1, 2, 3. If I had to rank them, Kyle, Alvarez, Altuve, then Bregman. Now, if the St. Louis Cardinals been hot versus righties, right? I couldn't pinpoint a bat that I really, really liked. Don't know which Verlander I'm going to see. Verlander is good, right? He is good. Don't know which Verlander I'm going to see here. Hard hit down. K is 22.9%. One thing I was looking at that was, the Cardinals may be hot versus righties. They will strike out versus righties, but they will hit them at the same time. So it's kind of give or take is kind of weird. Last 30 days, last 30 days, St. Louis, 24% K rate with 126 WRC plus, meaning they will strike out, but they will hit you. Like, make it make sense. I couldn't pinpoint which bat that I liked from St. Louis. I did not try to wreck my brain. I'm not trying to come out here and give y'all ass no bullshit, right? But here's my thing. I'd say this. I think Astros probably gonna put up some runs. If you think St. Louis gonna put up some runs, you can definitely take the over. You can take the over team total for either one. Speaking of team total, let me see what it is. But all that adding that shit up, you know what I'm saying? Houston is the type of offense that can still come out there and sell. Still come out there and sell. That's what they do. Houston Astros, 4.5. 4.5 favored to the under. St. Louis Cardinals, 3.5 favored to the under. Interesting, right? Those are team totals right there. Now, like I said, this team last 2 weeks, they 6 in striking out versus right hand pitching, but 116 WRC plus, still up. So you got plenty of time to figure some shit out, right? I didn't dive into the St. Louis bats. I did not. And I don't want to give you guys no bullshit, right? I don't want to give you guys no bullshit. But I don't think it's a fluke how hot they've been. I think they found their soul. You know what I'm saying? They found their soul. Verlander. I'll tell you what, I'm not taking outs or anything like that for Gibson. I don't know if he's going to get fucked up today. I don't know, right? I don't know. I don't know. But let's see. Verlander, he can be on and he can be off at this point in his career. Strikeouts, he's got 8 strikeouts or better in 3 of his last 4. That was pretty decent versus Detroit. Oakland and Seattle, he's supposed to have done that. The Cubs, meh. But the Yankees, the Cleveland, Washington, Texas, both times. Well, this year, favoritism to this year. I'm sorry. Cleveland, Yankees, Milwaukee, and Washington got to him probably, or they just didn't strike out a lot. These 3 teams, he's supposed to murder them. No. These 2 teams right here, Oakland and Seattle, he went in there and stood on business. That's what he's supposed to do. Now he's supposed to get strikeouts here, yeah. Sit at 6.5. It could be a cat and mouse game, right? He can get to a situation where he can get hit and get his Ks, right? And you can just be like, okay, I'm not gonna take his outs. Right? You can say, hey, I'm not gonna take his outs. I can take his Ks. I think he can get his Ks and get hit. But don't hit his outs. Shit like that. So I done got myself into some jams like that. Just making the wrong pick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tiffany, right? The Cubs, they my boys, man, but I don't know, right? So, those are I like those bats there. I'll be betting on Kyle Tucker and Alvarez. And like I said, the kid is hot, right? The Bregman guy, Bregman, he's hot, and he's always had a career of good righty splits. He's always hit righty splits. Let's see what he's been doing lately, right? Just for a hit, hit parlay, something like that. He's got a hit in 8 of 10, 7 straight. Some of those games he's got 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 of his last 10 games. He's got 2 hits, right? Last 10 games. What about the home run situations? He's got 4 home runs in his last 6 games. He's been in fuego. He's been on fire. He has, right? So if you want to continue to ride that wave, we know that baseball is a game of streaks, and that's how it is, right? That's how it is. All right, enough for that game there. Cincinnati Reds and Colorado Rockies. So look, I'm not even gonna dive into this game here. and it's cores, right? I'm gonna like the over in this spot. Feltner, I can go into his, Feltner. I expect Feltner to get hit, man. I expect Feltner to get hit. Everybody on both teams. When you come to course, anybody can get that smoke. Okay, anybody can get that smoke, and sometimes course field can disappoint, right? I can give you the bats that's everybody liked that. I looked at a few bats and I got to it like, you know what? Don't even keep looking, right? So guys like Zico Tovar, Jake Fraley, Will Benson, De La Cruz. Anybody can do it here, man. Anybody. This ballpark produces runs. I think the weather's going to be good. Outside of a little bit of, here's the weather right here. Outside a little bit of light rain around. I think they might just need to play through some sprinkles here. I think the weather's going to be good. Like, whatever, bro. It is what it is. Spencer Steer, Friedel, TJ Friedel. It's just going to be a lot. So see who's in these lineups, then go for what you know. I want Rogers my pitcher again. I remember I almost took down GPP with him. Yeah, he going to be chalky today. And we finna get right to that right now. San Diego Padres at Los Angeles Angels. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. 8.5 over under right here. I'm looking at Waldron's fantasy score. I was looking at Waldron's fantasy score here. I had two guys already sitting in there. I don't know what I was doing with that, but yeah, I have Waldron fantasy. I got an interest in Waldron's fantasy score, man. Sitting at 29.5. I think it might have went up a point because he's been so choky. Hit this number in 3 straight games. Going up against the LA Angels. Angels, I like to target them versus left-hand pitch. Anytime they get a lefty, I'm betting on their bats, right? They ain't been looking good versus righties. Right? O-Hop don't play for the Reds. O-Hop play for the Angels. And I like him, O-Hop versus lefties. I don't like him versus righties. It was one bat that stood out to me from this game. And that's going to be, let's see something. Matt Rogers been looking good, man. Yeah, he's been looking good. One bat that stood out for me was on the Angels. Let me just get them out the way, right? Matter of fact, y'all don't need me to go into details, but it's fine. It's gonna be Calhoun, right? That's the only bat that I might consider here. Only bat that I might consider here is Calhoun. And on the other side, I was so undecided, but I ain't even gonna lie. Tatis at the top, and then Machado next, right? But I don't even know if I'm gonna take some bats from this game, man. As a whole, I don't even know if I'm gonna take some bats from this game. And then I might. But those are the bats that I would look at. I like Rengifo, but a lot of these guys I like them versus lefties. You know what I'm saying? So, like look at Rengifo, right? So he's good. He's really, really good, right? But he's undeniable. He's undeniable versus lefties. I can't deny him versus lefties. When he get in that motherfucker versus a lefty, I'm all over him. Damn near the whole team. Versus lefties, that fastball, he's back. Look at the numbers, man. He hasn't played that many games. He had just came back maybe last week, but just coming back, versus lefties, right? This is versus lefties. A 538 on that. I mean, he's hitting. Now versus righties, I mean, he's okay. He's okay. He's pretty good. He's pretty good versus righties too. Versus lefties, all those numbers was in the 5s and 6s and 7s though. But it is what it is. He's good at baseball, right? But I compared the pitch mix for the other guy, for what's the name, and I really like that, right? Will Calhoun. Am I going to bet on him? I don't know. And he might go out there and hit a home run. You know what though? Machado, I think it was Tatis, Machado, and then after that was probably Ha-Seong Kim. Yep. Anytime Ha-Seong Kim going up against a lefty, I like him, right? Ha-Seong Kim. Ha-Seong Kim. So those are some bats that I like here. And then the pitching wise, Matt Waldron, I like him. You can look at his Ks. I don't know what his Ks are at, but you can look at his strikeouts. ERA is 4.26, expected at 3.53. He's got 6 Ks or better in four straight games. 6 Ks versus the Dodgers, 10 versus Atlanta. He's supposed to win in there and got them. He's been looking pretty good, man. He's got this weird pitch. At I forgot what's the name of that pitch. I can go back and look. And that's his primary pitch. But Cincinnati Reds 7 Ks and then Miami Marlins 8 Ks, right? So I do like him to pitch good here. You can look at his outs. Only thing about his outs, they pushed him up to 17.5, but he's only hit that number 3 times this year. So, you know what I'm saying? They pushed him up to 17.5. Profile is another good bat right there. You can look at versus lefties. I did look at Profile. I did. So shout out to Blueprint Jones for that. I did look at Profile. I mean, it is what it is, bro. From a side, I just at a minus 138. I think you can look at the Padres here. It just seems kind of fishy to me. It seems kind of some of these lines seem kind of that line seems kind of fishy to me. At the end of the day, where we know this, and then you got Reyes too, right? You can't even forget about Reyes, right? I might not bet this game because San Diego will make you cuss their ass out, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be. I'm telling you this, it's gonna be San Diego Padres or nothing for me, right? And like I said, you got a Reyes, he's gonna be. So keep an eye on the lineups before you start making bats. Say D before you go. Finish the best pitcher in the team stat after you're done running through the slate. Okay. So the last game right here, we still don't know who we got pitcher for the San Francisco game, and we still don't know. Okay, so we still don't know who we got pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers game. That's a fact. Now Ryan Nelson. At home, I don't like Ryan Nelson at home. Okay, Ryan Nelson at home, I don't like him. It's just simple as that. I can't get around it. So, and the split right here is Ryan Nelson at home versus lefties. Okay, so let's take a look. Right, Ryan Nelson, his hard hit is up. Expected batting average 294. K percent is down 16.5. Like, it's blue, right? He's a righty. Expected his ERA is 6.03. Expected is down at 4.8. Game logs, like strikeouts, not a big strikeout guy. Walks, he can walk a few batters here and there. Right? Win 6 innings only twice this year. Earn runs. When he does give up runs, he gives up 3 or more. Only time he gave up less than 3 runs was versus the St. Louis Cardinals. That was way back in April. And like I said, his split, where he pitches the worst to, is lefties, right? So first of all, let's look at righties, right? And then you guys can decipher how you want to look at it, right? Righties, I might have had the split mixed up because righties knocking the shit out of some of this shit. Batting average at 4. It must have been righties then. Batting average at 410 on that four seamer, 360 on that cutter, 471 on that slider. Damn, what was I thinking? On that changeup, he ain't said. But these three primary pitches that he's throwing, 300 and up. I must have had the wrong split. Sorry. Glad I looked at it again because I would have told y'all some bullshit. But versus lefties, he don't look that good either, right? I mean, a four-seamer, he's got 2 home runs on that. 198 expected. To the lefties, that four-seamer is pretty good despite giving up 2 home runs. Then the cutter and the changeup, he's got 300 batting average on both of them, right? So at the end of the day, he's getting his ass tore up. He's getting hit. When he gets hit, he gets hit. Now, looking at his game log, he did have a couple zeros in there too, right? Let me see. Yeah, so he had some zeros in there, but he was getting hit. Eight hit. What? No, I'm sorry. That was home runs I was looking at. Yeah, he gave up 8 home runs. He gave up 8 hits to fucking, who was that? The Tigers. They went in there and beat his ass. 11 hits versus them. 11 hits versus Baltimore. 8 hits versus the Padres. Okay. Home run. 4 home runs and a home run. That looked like a grand slam right there. 1 home run and 4 runs. That just spells grand slam. So I don't know. It is what it is, right? I don't like Ryan. One thing, let's see something. I don't like him so much. I forgot his motherfucking name. What was it? Ryan Nelson. I need to plug in my motherfucking computer. So Bob says he sees shout out to Bob, man. Thanks, man. Bob says he sees Bryce Wilson for the Brewers and Spencer Howard for the Giants. Okay. Shout out to Bob. Thanks, bro. Thanks. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I just don't. So on the road, he's a little better. I'll give you that. So I give him that. He's on the road. He's a little better. All right. So this is one of my least favorite teams I bet on. Right, San Francisco. They just last 2-3 years they run out a lot of fucking bullpen games, and it's I rarely bet on their bats. I mean, it's like a personal thing. I don't know. I just don't. I don't bet on their bats. Most of the time, I don't even know who the fuck on their team, man. I ain't gonna lie. I lost so much money versus Soler versus righties on home run versus lefties on home run. I just don't know what to think. Tell you the truth. Now, the pitcher, I just don't. Sometimes, and then sometimes some teams I'll just be fade, man. I'll be fade. I ain't gonna lie. At the end of the day, though, what we got? Christopher Thomas says, "What's up?" Okay, for sure. Shout out to Montgomery, Alabama. What I think about Cattell, I like Cattell Marte all the time. I ain't gonna lie. He's a switcher. He's in there. Whether it's a righty or a lefty, I like him. Right. Yep. Either him or Uriel Jr. When I take him, Soler was cooking against the Yankees. I missed that game. I missed that game. I was on Walker the day before yesterday when he hit a home run. He had hit a home run prior to that day. I did not know that, but I was on Walker the other day. I took his hits, runs, and RBIs. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna like bats versus Nelson for sure, right? So let me see something here. I just don't know which one it was, right? I don't know which one I like. I'll look at this model right here, and I'll give you the bats that they like. I've shown you guys all the bats that I liked. I pinpointed that shit. You know what I'm saying? Or I can run a check and see why they like some of these bats before I get out of here. Today is the first day that I start second shift, man. So today, from going here on out, I'm trying to set the lives for 10 a.m. I'm trying to schedule them for 10 a.m. every day. That way we can meet up here at a certain time every day, bring all our plays, and we can just get it cracking, right? So who is that again? That's the Diamondbacks and the Giants. I cannot give you guys this because they don't want me to show you guys what I'm looking at. It's paid, you know what I'm saying? But I will give you guys. I won't gatekeep the information. All right, y'all can just be like, hey man, y'all can be like, go to the model and see what such and such look like, or what bats they like versus in that game, and I'll tell you. But you know what I'm saying, I should be able to show the shit off. I pay enough for it. And I don't even use it. I still come on here and go manually. You know what I'm saying? Show you guys what I'm looking at manually. I'm finna stop paying for this shit. That's what I'm finna stop doing. Who the fuck was I looking for? Oh, the Giant. But I respect it though. They say they don't want me showing that shit off on camera. I ain't gonna show it off on camera. Okay. Now, there was one bat that I know I liked, and there was what's the name? Must be hurt, man. Wade Jr. must be hurt. I had already had him penciled in too, right over here. Yeah, I had already had. I like him. I like Mike, right? I like Mike. You can look at actually with him on the mound and all these splits and all the pitch mixes and all the bats are in play. The one that stood out to me was Mike, right? Mike Gas, Mike Gas. As far as the other bats here on the Marte. You can look at Marte. Who did he say he's pitching again? Who did he say he's pitching again? He said Bryce Wilson. So don't know how long he's going to be out there. And I think you guys can. I don't know, man. I'm not going to force anything here. I'm not going to force anything here. I'm not, right? I think you guys can just, figure this shit out. Because I'm not coming on here to give y'all no bad information on some shit I ain't even looked at or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? If I had to take a bat from Arizona side, of course, it would be probably Ketel Marte and then Mike Gas for sure. I like Mike Gas. I had already had him put to the side, okay? I'm not going to break my brain and try to come up with some shit and have people listening to me. Wade Jr. on IL, yeah, okay. Have people listening to me and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to show you guys whatever, right? I can care less what happened in this game. I went through what I'm going to go through. Tiffany said, what you say? For sure. It is what it is. What you say, Tiffany? Try to look at what's the name? Try to look at the best. What you say again? Let me see. She said before you finish, try to look at the best pitcher and the best team to stack after you're done running through the slate. The best stack in DFS. So I imagine, I don't know how they're going to run the slate for y'all. This must be one whole main slate then. Okay, so this must be one whole main slate on DFS. So the best stack, best stack. The best stack, huh? No problem, Blueprint. Top pitcher and top team stack. I'll give you two. I would. I'm def. If you're looking at it, so DraftKings, you got to play two pitchers. On FanDuel, you play one, right? Yes, no. I would take Yaz for hits, runs, and RBIs. Because if I expect runs to be put up here, I would take Yaz for hits, runs, and RBIs. If this pitcher is a stinker, then I'm looking at hits, runs, and RBIs, man. If he's just a stinker, I'm looking at hits, runs, and RBIs, or a hit parlay or something like that. Put him in a hit parlay, but I'm looking at Yaz for hits, runs, and RBIs. I ain't even gonna lie. Given the fact that this pitcher is ass at home or whatever, I expect him to put up runs. That's how I'll look at that. I would look at that. Let me see. Yes, let me see. Let me see. I checked the pitch mix for him earlier and I liked it. I don't know what he's been doing lately. I didn't really too much care. So lately he's been meh. He ain't been looking too good. But I like him to get a hit today. I do. I like him to get a hit today. I like him to get a hit today. That's why I'm gonna leave that at that. I like him to get a hit today. Tiffany says she on FanDuel. Um, so they total moving for that Cincinnati game. I like the over there. You know what can happen there, right? You know about Coors Field. So if you're not looking at Coors Field, I'll give you some alternate guys. I mean, top stack without saying Coors. I mean, San Francisco got to be sneaky, right? San Francisco got to be sneaky. Got to see who's going to be in the lineup. They got to be sneaky against Ryan Nelson, right? I like them lefties in Houston. Detroit been hitting righties really, really good. At the end of the day, Waldron gonna be chalky, okay? Waldron gonna be chalky. Waldron gonna be chalky. Waldron gonna be chalky tonight. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He's gonna be chalky. Of course, Scooble's gonna be expensive. At this point, with all of that, how good Toronto Blue Jays been versus righties, Rodriguez is damn near GPP, if you ask me. Gore can go out there and go crazy today. Gore can go out there and go crazy today. McGill is the wild card. Is a fucking wild card. We already know who Wheeler is. Wheeler can actually go out there and go ballistic today as well, right? Price wise, you probably get some salary relief on McGill. McGill will probably be the ultimate tournament. McGill can win you a tournament if he goes out there and have himself a good game. I ain't been playing DFS, so I don't know. I can't really give you McGill is the one that can win you a tournament, but you'll be taking a shot. But Decay's been there, but you'll be taking a shot. Waldron is interesting, right? He's interesting. I expect him to have a decent game today. Looking at his game logs, he gonna be chalky as hell. And if the Angels come out here and hit their ass, boy, oh boy, oh boy. If Angels come out here and hit their ass, the extreme GP pick of the day will probably be Abbott. Yep. In course will probably be Abbott. Yep. I wouldn't go towards Feltner. But if I'm running 100 lines, of course I'm playing about 5 of them with Feltner in there. Yep. Verlander can show out. It's some nice spots. I don't know. Me, I'm looking to win or lose. I'm not trying to be in between. I play GPPs, and I'm looking to win or lose, girl. And I will go out there. My dumb ass will go out there with somebody like my ass will go out there with one of these worst pitchers, man, and try to hit their ass. So you're a single entry? Yeah. But listening to me, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna lose. But if you win, you fuck around, win the whole thing. That's how I play. I play to bink these tournaments. But I ain't been playing lately. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't been playing lately. That's good. That's good. That's good. I'm undecided though. Maybe it take me a little bit longer to figure it out. Jump in the inbox. Jump in the inbox. Check me out later on. See how I feel after some of these lineups come out. I'll see what's going on. I'll see what's going on. Jump in my inbox. You already know. All right, that's about it, guys. That's about. Let me see. Prize picks. So Benson in course. I mean, you get a 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. For sure. You get a 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. In course, like I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like it. Let's look at some more. Christian Yelich is good at baseball. That's just it is who he is. Meneses, Ryan O'Hearn. Now I told you guys who I liked. Now I told you guys who I liked. I liked Gunnar Henderson, Mountcastle, O'Hearn, and what's the name? All like that, right? So I couldn't talk off neither one of these guys. I just don't know, man. Corey Seager is great at baseball. One swing of the bat, he can hit that. There's your guy, Tiffany Verling, right there. There's your guy. Seaman, he did look good in that model. Riley Green. Since here, it looks like the rest of these guys going to have to look at Calhoun. Interesting. I'm not putting him in my shit, but man, interesting. She said, take Verling from me, D. I'll take him. Verling. All right, we'll take Verling. We'll take community parlay. If right now that's your one pick, it's gonna be a community parlay. If anybody got a play to add to this one here, let's do a community parlay, okay? Anybody got a play to add? Any more people in there that got a play to add? Drop a play for me so we can finish this one off, right? Now I'll take one of them down if you want to, but if y'all, I should have. People have been leaving, but where's Verling? I'll put him in there. Come up with the community joint. Anybody else got a play? I'll take Verling. Okay. Anybody else got a play? I ain't gonna jump on too many 2.5s unless they in course, and I'll probably stack that game up. That's the only thing about Prize Picks is, like I said, they let you stack up. Oh, Tucker, what's his line? Okay. So Tucker, we'll have to run a search, do a search party on Tucker, and you just let me know which one you like for Tucker. So they have 2.5 total bases as a Goblin. We can only get in Goblin. 7.5 fantasy score. That's one right there. 7.5 fantasy score. A home run. They have 1.5 hits. They have RBIs, 1.5 runs. I think the fantasy score. How about that? What you think, Bob? My motherfucking, I clicked on something yesterday, got my shit virused up. Motherfuckers. I clicked on something, man. Trying to watch, that was 2 days ago, trying to watch that WNBA game, trying to stream that shit, and I fuck around and clicked on something. Knowing good and well I shouldn't have did that. That's for right now. I'm gonna put his fantasy score in there for right now. I'll put that fantasy score up there for right now. Andrew Abbott for 4Ks. It's a parlay piece. I mean, it's a community. It's a community, so I'll put it up there, right? I'll put it up there because it's the community. Is it for 4Ks? Abbott? Where's Abbott? Oh, okay. 5Ks. Okay, Bob said he likes that 5Ks. Tiffany say New York Liberty, let's go. Colton Baker. You said for four. What you think about the 5Ks, Baker? Gonna take them for the 5Ks or what, man? Let me know real quick. Let me know. 5Ks at course. Let me know. And I didn't put no. I'm gonna do a demon parlay though. I just didn't put no demons on this one. I'm just taking some lightweight right here. I'm gonna take a demon. I'm gonna do a demon. I'll post it. I'll post my demon parlay. I'll throw a picture prop in here since what do we got here? You know what? I did say I like that. I'll take let's look at what is Waldron's strikeouts. I think I'm gonna take Waldron's strikeouts at 5. I think we could take Waldron's strikeouts. At 5. Hopefully he gets 6 or take his fantasy score. Either one. I'm gonna take the strikeouts and live with that. My guy never responded with that. I don't know when. Let me see. My guy never responded. Let's see something here. Boy, I'm scared to take anybody for anything at Coors, man. Any pitcher for anything. Let me see. Lefties. That motherfucker. Oh, at home. How about at home? How about that? Coors at Coors Field. You know what though? He said, Colton. Colton must be gone, man. He must have left. He dropped that pick and left, man. I'm scared to take that pick, man. But I'm gonna take it though, because I don't know. Let's see. Scuba, I like Scuba. Gosman, Racing, Rodriguez, Wheeler. Wheeler can go out there and hit his shit. What about pitching outs? What we got here? McGill could hit his Ks too. Gore can hit his Ks. Yes, you're right. I never do pitches and cores, only bats. Right. And I said this is a community parlay though. And I'll tell you this. If you don't want to put it in there, because it is a community parlay, so I got to put it in there. So I'm gonna put it in there because it's a community parlay. So y'all can switch it out if y'all want. I'm gonna drop it in there as it being a community parlay. I'm gonna drop it in there. Bam. Now I'm playing on Sleeper right now, so I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna take this play actually on Sleeper, and then on Sleeper I can actually take it down to 4Ks if I wanted to. So that might be what I'll do. But I'm gonna play this play on Sleeper. We got Andrew Abbott Ks. This is a community parlay. Matt Waldron 5Ks, 7.5 fantasy score for Tucker. Matt Vierling hits, runs, and RBIs. Yaz hits, runs, and RBIs. Will Benson hits, runs, and RBIs. I'll post a demon play today. I'll be on mainly. I'll post what Tiff. They probably have to. You might have to follow my page. I don't know if you be on Facebook or not, but you probably gonna have to follow my Facebook page. But at the end of the day, I'll post it. I'll post it in the community section too. All right. That being said, guys, peace out. I'm finna get out of here. Okay, I'm finna get out of here. Gotta go to work in 2 hours. Okay, 2 hours. Maybe, yeah, it is what it is, guys. Peace. I was gonna say some shit, but I ain't gonna say. I'll say this shit for tomorrow.